Welcome to the Adam Friedland Show, the podcast. We're joined today, huge guest, massive guest, Christopher Moltisanti.
Christopher Moltisanti.
Yeah. Welcome
That's
to the
me,
show.
man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate
And
it.
also, my agents are going to kill me this weekend, the 7th and 8th, Salt Lake City at Wise Guys. Great club.
Great club, good
Say,
hotel.
go see Adam.
You know what? Go see Adam.
Thank you.
And don't do any Mormon stuff. They're anti-Mormon there.
Are they?
They're the opposite of the Mormons are not going.
They're wise guys.
They want you to hear. They wanted
The Mormons go to see Brian Regan.
Yes.
That's
He's
it.
such a good stand-up.
Yes, but even I got heard he got in trouble there because he said
cussing?
he said damn on stage.
Yeah.
And the Mormons are like,
cleanest
wow, we
comic
got to
of
go
all
home and
time.
have sex now.
Yeah.
We got to have a lot of sex.
No, they soak. That's what they do. Do you know about
Yeah.
soaking?
yeah.
Soaking. Is it like a sex thing?
Yes. They
Real quick,
go in.
I also plug my tickets
Go ahead.
at Hyenas Fort Worth this weekend, 7th and 8th, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Good city.
You're going to be laughing like a hyena.
Dallas. Can I do one?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
sure. Where? Madison Square Garden.
That and April 13th at, I think it's the Empire Theater in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh my God, they got a lot of big women down there.
Is that
Charles
downtown?
Barkley.
Where is that? Where's the Empire?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm Austin the night before, and then San Antonio,
Where in Austin are you?
the Paramount Theater,
Oh, okay.
but sold out.
I'm
Oh,
excited
sorry.
to go back to Texas.
Yeah.
After I'm reading all the Caro LBJ books.
We almost bought a house yesterday in Texas,
in
Nick and I.
Beaumont. Well, Adam
for a
thought it
gay,
was 70
for
acres.
a gay marriage.
But then
It said 70 on Zillow.
I know, but if you look at the map, it's in a cul-de-sac.
Well, I'm glad you
So
looked at the map. We
yeah.
would
I
have
don't
bought
think
it.
you guys don't want to go to Texas. You're not Texas
Beaumont,
boys.
Texas.
Texas
Not
is a
even-
big
outside.
state. There's a lot of different parts of Texas. Beaumont sucks. East Texas sucks.
Yeah.
Hill Country's great. And then West Texas, that's fucking Mars.
But you guys want to walk to a store. You want to walk and get a coffee. You can't do that in these other places where everybody moves.
Yeah.
And you're not.
I wouldn't have to get in my truck to go get my mail.
You don't want.
I
dude,
want a cold roll to Starbucks.
I want a horse that doesn't respect me that I can't
Yeah.
get on.
Yes.
That I have to use doggy steps to get on my fucking horse.
You have to running start and jump on
Yeah,
it.
right.
I
I'm trying to get kicked in the head by my horse that doesn't respect me.
you'd survive, dude.
When then I could live as a mental retard, and
Yeah.
that's the
And
dream.
You
finally
actually have
get
the
some
perfect
support.
facial hair too for like a horseshoe. It's just it's like
right.
bang.
bang.
Did you wear
No
this
teeth.
on account of us? You're like, I'm going to the Bad Boy podcast.
Deutschland Special Olympics.
Wait, that's the German national team
Yeah.
for the Special Olympics?
That's got to be a tough Special Olympics because they would all been experimented on
Yeah.
80
Yeah,
years
it's
ago.
Mengele
I mean,
grandchildren.
I would imagine the parents when that came out in Germany were like, you have to promise this isn't more experimental.
Yes.
They're like, well, it kind of is.
Yeah.
It's sort of an
This is
experiment.
if Hitler came back from
Yeah.
this is the most offensive thing he could see.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that they
Oh.
made a Special Olympics with his beautiful people.
Yeah, and
There's
Jesse
a lot that
Owens
he wouldn't
wins.
like.
Yeah,
Jesse-
he wouldn't care about that.
Jesse Owens beats all the German retards.
Yeah.
And he's
So
like,
all
damn.
those German Special Olympics look like Ivan Drago, probably. They're probably pumping them with roids.
Mhm.
They're huge. What were we talking about before?
Uh,
Mormons.
Texas.
Soaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Um,
soaking.
Soaking is they get it big and then they stick it in no pumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there's an
so it's
additional
a
element you're forgetting.
loophole. What's that?
So they put it in, they don't move because it's like if they're not moving, then it's not fucking,
Yeah.
right? And then they have a friend jump on the bed.
Yes.
So it's the friend doing it. It's like the fucking like I'm not fucking you kind of like, you know.
Why are you
I'm just
hitting
God,
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
it's
gonna
a gay
close
thing.
my eyes.
No,
and-
it's Mormon.
It's a
like
Mormon thing.
Premarital sex thing.
Oh, okay. So they don't even insert at all.
no, they
no,
do.
they put it in,
but
but
then
they
don't move.
Okay.
No
I'm sorry.
pumps.
I respect that. Soaking. I respect
I always
that.
love stuff like I love the idea that God's like you tricked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, wow,
You
the
got- I
perfect
didn't thi-
crime.
As God, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, no, I grew up with a lot of Mormons in Vegas,
Right.
and their moms were so hot. Like all my Mormon friends' moms were like, they'd only had sex with one guy their whole lives, and they were just like bursting with like.
The
They're
fuck?
all blonde and like nice. They all had like great snacks.
Did you hook up with any of them?
The moms,
Yeah.
as a boy, they weren't fucking me. They were not.
See,
fucking
I
me.
think you're.
Alex was.
He was fucking the.
Alex was fucking like wives and stuff.
Really?
Moms, yeah.
That's crazy. Why did he come here?
Because, I don't know, he wanted to
He
get
wanted
out
a
of Salt Lake.
career. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to be a director of photography.
Yeah, I didn't know he was fucking a bunch of hot Mormon moms in
Yeah,
Salt Lake.
blonde
For how much he
angels.
complains about Salt Lake, that would kind of
Yeah,
offset
but
what
he's a
makes Salt
drama
Lake City.
queen, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Alex loves to complain.
Yeah, it's cold, but if you're fucking a bunch of, it's cold everywhere. It's cold here.
The moms
Not
were
today.
so hot. I used to abuse myself to the moms.
Salt Lake I found to be very weird.
It
I don't
is
know, yeah.
peculiar.
I stayed at a hotel there because what I do is I find where the club is, and then I go in Hotel Tonight, and then I find the closest.
Hotel Tonight's the best.
Yeah, I find the closest hotel to the club, and that's where I stay.
Right.
So
I
ideally,
stayed at that hotel.
the Evo Hotel.
Yes.
The
skate park?
skateboard.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That was shocking to
Yep.
me, because it's weird because it's like there's this idea that Instagram isn't real. It's like there's this world, this like make believe world that we put
Right.
in. And then there's other parts of the country where they don't know what to do, so they're looking at Instagram to create a culture.
Right.
And it seems like that hotel or that part of Salt Lake that I saw is entirely derived from Instagram advertisements.
Right.
That there's people I may have said it on the show already. I saw a father who is a skateboard dad.
Right.
And I don't mean that. I'm sure he skateboards, but he's walking and he's got like this mini version of himself, like an 8-year-old. And he's like, "Well, when was the last time we worked on your 360s?" And
He's like the Earl Woods of skating.
this kid who has to
Yeah.
reluctantly skateboard. And it's like, also, what's the end game there? It's like skateboarding even. Who's the most famous skateboarder now?
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, and he's 75 years
Right.
old.
Right.
Yeah. He's doing like diabetes commercials.
Yeah.
Or it's him like struggling to put the helmet on, and it's like, pressing. He's getting like what's it called? like pressure edema on his cheeks.
And not only is he's the only famous skateboarder ever.
yeah.
Right? Like there's not another one.
Yeah.
Maybe the kids from that movie Kids.
Yeah.
But they're all dead.
Yeah, Mike V, I guess, is probably next. And
Mike
well, Bam
Vecchione?
Margera.
I was going to say, Mike, I'm taking the glasses
Vecchione,
off.
yeah.
Vecchione,
They're
famous
taking those
skateboarder.
off.
I want to take them off. I want to do a few minutes with him, a few minutes out. I'll put them on in a few minutes.
I have
Is that like a
very
s-
similar glasses I wear on the
Yeah.
show also. 'Cause
I lie and tell people their prescription.
I'm very insecure about being on camera, and so I like hiding my eyes.
Well, that's the thing is since I've been wearing these glasses, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're hiding behind the glasses." I'm like, "You can still see my full face, you fucking retard."
Yeah.
Like,
No.
what are you talking
No,
about? You can
I'm
see my
absolutely hiding
eyes.
behind the glass. I spent my entire career I built by hiding behind the internet.
Right.
So what,
Yeah.
But I said, like, you having anonymity, you have a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
You're
right.
not getting in trouble. He'll
Yeah.
get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Freeland.
So I'm Adam Friedland, and a bomb will go off at the
Salt Lake.
FBI headquarters in Brooklyn on Wednesday.
They have the FBI in Brooklyn?
They have an FBI office everywhere.
Oh yeah, my friend who told me that
John Gotti?
No, I don't know him. I think I knew one of his sons. I don't know him.
The
but
son is very funny.
yes,
the son-
hilarious.
yeah, the
He's
son
also
is
going to be at
hilarious.
Wise Guys Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I love
And
that guy.
But he told me that, my friend who's in the FBI told me that the BQE, especially after 9/11, Brooklyn Queens Expressway, that there was so much traffic there and so much construction there right after 9/11 for like 5 years, and it still is in a small way, but it was never construction. It was just FBI agents scanning everybody's car, and it was the FBI and the CIA looking in all your stuff, but disguising as construction workers. So it could not always
Just
be construction.
blasting every commuter with X-rays.
100%.
Just
Babies,
radiation.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
set up an outdoor microwave
It doesn't
at
matter,
the
dude.
Muslim daycare center.
Yeah.
Yeah, with taxpayer money.
Man.
So your friend's an FBI agent?
I got friends. The thing is about
You
growing
got friends on the inside.
on the inside,
Rats.
even today or last week, this whole Trump indictment thing, all my friends my friend who's sergeants were texting me this morning where he's going to go, what roads are going to be closed. I always get like a video of like some crime scene that'll be, and they're like, we can't show this video. I'll get the video of just
Yeah.
somebody getting his head blown off, getting hit with a meat
That's
cleaver.
so funny. The FBI spends all this money spying on people, and there's a secret operation on the BQE, and then they just tell their gossipy friend with a podcast exactly where
Yeah,
the
they're
president
famous
is going to be,
guys.
and where the path the
Yeah.
indicted president is going to take.
Yeah, if the FBI wants to know like any inside info, they just have to come to Staten Island.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like go to any pizzeria or coffee shop, and we're all talking about
Yeah.
it. We all have all the answers.
Everyone's gossiping.
Yeah, it's the best. You guys ever go to Staten Island?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I when I did worked on commercials, I had a couple of jobs out
Nick
there.
and I used to go to. We went once to the Staten Island Yankees, single A.
Oh yeah, now
that
this-
doesn't really count as going to Staten Island, though. I
You
think
got to like go in.
Yes.
Like you got to
remember
come to
that
my
guy-
house.
That guy talked to the reliever warming up.
Yeah.
There was like a
JP Sport, man.
there was a reliever named JP Sportman, and he was warming up, and this guy's like, "Hey, can I get a fucking bowl for my kid?"
Yeah, right.
And the
Yeah,
guy's
thanks
like,
a lot, you fucking asshole. For
well,
not,
I
like,
think he
not
called
turning
him
the
a
bum
a
or something?
fag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fucking fag.
If-
But that
he's
gets
like,
an applause,
He's
then.
like, you're probably on fucking steroids. He
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that to him.
That was
Probably
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine everyone is.
You have to be.
Are you cycling right now?
No, the last time I took a cycle of anything was Winstrel, and I took it when I was 18 or 19.
What's Winstrel?
It was like the.
It sounds like it's for British nerds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's me and Matty Haley do it.
Yeah.
Was like a performance enhancing steroid. I played college basketball
Yeah,
Division
yeah.
3, so they didn't do any testing or anything like
Yeah.
that. So I just took a cycle of it. They were called that, and D-balls was
Yeah,
another
D-balls, that's the original one. Diana Ball's
Dragon
like
Ball.
I
Z.
think that was. I think it was Winstrel was that. And
Oh, okay.
I mean, dude, you would just get like another, 6 inches on a vertical leap. Like it was insane, but everybody's heart started to explode.
Where did you
Yeah.
play ball?
It's Division 3, St. Joseph's
St. Joseph.
in Brooklyn, though,
That's a beautiful campus. I live right by there.
in Clinton Hill.
I live in Fort Greene. Yeah.
Oh, Fort Greene. Yeah,
It's really nice.
yeah, that dude. And by the way,
They
dude,
went on a little run, didn't they?
Yeah,
Or they won a big game or something. I saw something.
Division
This year.
at a low, Division 3 level. Yeah, so it's like, matters, but it doesn't matter.
I respect
Fort Greene,
Division
by the
3.
way, it's amazing because when I went to school there in 2003,
That was
6,
Bed-Stuy.
you couldn't live there, but now you
Yeah.
can.
It's gorgeous.
Welcome
Gorgeous.
to Brooklyn.
We made it bloom.
It's amazing to me how kids that look like you are like, there's an 18-year-old kid that looks just like you. Some 18-year-old girl looks just like you, and she's
Gorgeous.
beautiful and born and raised in Bed-Stuy. She's
Yeah.
born and raised in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
mind-blowing thing for a native New Yorker
It's crazy.
to understand.
That is
I'm
crazy.
actually very cool with it. A lot of people in my neighborhood are like, what the fuck? But I think it's great. It's like the property value's going up. This is what we want.
Yeah, I met a 19-year-old red hair white girl.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm from Bushwick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where was 19 years ago, was
That's
born there.
fucked
Yeah,
up. That's
I know.
fucked up to grow up in Bushwick.
Yeah.
I grew up in Ridgewood, Bushwick. I grew up right
Ridgewood,
there.
that's a real neighborhood though.
German, baby.
That's a beautiful neighborhood.
Deutschland.
Wait, what are you doing next Monday?
Flagrant 2.
What's that? A foul?
Schultz's podcast. With
What about
Akash.
Monday night?
Hey, let me ask you something.
I can hang.
So Flagrant, their set, is it the same size? How big is that space?
I've never
Yeah,
been
who
inside.
built that?
Oh.
I've never been inside.
It's so nice.
It's
I'm
very
coming
nice.
in
It's
first time
very
on
nice,
Monday.
but it also looks massive.
But this looks massive. But it is.
I know. When we went up, it was like let's build the biggest. We gotta have the biggest one.
Yeah, no, this is the way you guys are doing it. Do you come in here every day, even when you're not filming? Like this is your office?
I used to, but Dave's in here all the time now, so I don't.
And
come
he's
in.
weird?
Yeah,
Well, he brings some strange.
he brings
through.
strange guys.
Prostitutes
through.
and
He
stuff.
brings strange.
A lot of Scandinavians that
Well, I don't know if
They're just in
he's
towels.
paying them. I think they're paying him.
Yeah.
A Scandinavian woman, I think, is one of the hottest women you can be. Like like a Viking sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a
Would be nice.
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
What are they? They're the women that take you to heaven.
The Valkyries, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody-
That's gotta suck. That's sort of like the inverse of Muslim heaven.
Right.
Muslim heaven, you're like the bomb is probably still exploding,
Right.
and your guts are just coming out
Right.
as you go into heaven, and then it's sexy lady time. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Norse heaven, a hot lady shows up, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, and then
Right.
she just carries you to heaven, and then she's
And
like,
it's
all
all
right, well, see ya.
warriors.
And you're like, well, where are you going? She's
Right.
like, I have to go bring other people to heaven.
Yeah,
You don't get to fuck me.
Right.
I'm just the cab driver, essentially.
Yeah, and Valhalla is all vets.
Yeah.
You're there with like all guys.
Right,
that
it's a
died-
VFW.
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
You listen to
There's
Mustang
no-
Sally
there's
and play
no
fucking
pussy up
8-ball.
in Valhalla.
There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Drink a 50
It's all guys
cent
that
Coke.
talk about the shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
About being in the shit.
You have a Michelob Ultra and
Yeah.
play fucking, yeah.
Guys with no legs.
Yeah, you play darts.
Vikings, too, I just learned this, that they invented biological warfare. They would light sick rats on fire and
Where'd
then
you-
film them. Film them, sorry.
They invented Jackass.
Yeah, and they would shoot them into enemy boats or like enemy forts, and then they would let the rats like bite everybody and infect their food. They also supposedly shitting on the chest came from Vikings because what they would do is
another form of biological warfare.
there it is.
The
They would-
Cleveland steamer.
They invented that because they would go raid your town, say, I'm coming into your village, I kill everyone, you're the chieftain, before I behead you, just to, in front of your wife and kids, just to kind of degrade you one more time. Everyone comes and just takes a steamy shit on your chest.
They should have changed the
They
name
cut
of
your head off.
the Indians to the Cleveland Steamers.
I don't know why the Guardians suck.
It's just a turn.
It's just the other type of Indian guy. It's called the
I
Cleveland
thought you were
Steamers.
going there.
Yeah. Okay. all
That'd
right.
be funny if it was just a dot on the head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Did you make
dots.
that joke ever?
Huh?
Did you make that joke ever?
That what?
If they changed the Indians, but it just had a bindi on
That
head?
sounds like something I
That
would
sounds
have
like
said.
something you
Yeah,
said.
I've got
Yeah.
a
It's a
very,
good bit.
It's kinda
very
your-
small playpen that I operate in.
Yeah, but you're a man of principle.
Sure.
Yeah.
How'd you find this out about the Vikings?
On a white revisionist history
Because that's
site.
not on Wikipedia.
Yeah, white revisionist history. I some Instagram thing, that it could have been a lie.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
some
Clearly, the Chinese came up with rat warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
It's
So actually, it was the whites, the Vikings. Yeah,
yeah.
it was us.
Yeah. I think they're the best group, the Vikings. They're my favorite.
Your favorite group?
I
What
think
about
they're my favorite
Italian?
group. Huh?
What about the Italian?
I'm mostly German. That's the thing. My last
You're
name's
mostly
Distefano,
German?
or Maltesanti, sorry. And
Multisanti.
and I thought I was Italian my whole life, but then I did the 23andMe and it's like 95%
God.
German, mostly German.
So your world shattered?
Huh?
Your world shattered.
Shattered. And then people my whole life would always, because I grew up in Ridgewood, which was a historically German
And Polish.
neighborhood, German and Polish now more,
Yeah.
but when it was German forever. And old men would always come up to me as a little kid and say stuff in German. And I was like, oh, I'm not German. And then there was a guy across the street, old man, who lived there for years. And then he died when I was like 15. And then I found out, because he was a war veteran, and then I found out later on in
Nazi.
life he was a Nazi.
Yeah. Was it that guy Trump deported? Do you remember that?
Yeah, when they pulled him out. And
Yeah,
the
he
guy
was like,
Queen- he's just like, they had to bring him out of his house on a stretcher. And he had this giant beard, and he was like looking terrified.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then everyone's like, we got him. And it's like, I think he was already got.
They were like,
Yeah.
ICE
He
is
seems like-
doing their damn job.
Yeah.
They got rid
Get
of
him.
a guy that was in a bed like,
Yeah.
in Queens.
There was a
Yeah.
guy in Queens that used to. I saw him. I didn't even know because I guess he'd been in. I don't know if he'd been in the newspaper yet. I was just on the train one time. There was this big fat guy wearing a swastika necklace. He had like a medallion with a swastika on it, like a Nazi swastika. You know,
Right.
like white.
Not Buddhist.
Yeah, black on white, red
Right.
field, and so I just took a picture of him, and I was like, "What? You know,
Yeah.
you can't just do that because no one's saying anything to him." You know?
Right.
And then yeah, I showed it to somebody, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that guy's like he had been in the New York Post, I guess. He puts his swastika medallion on and rides the train."
I have a family member who served 20 years in prison, and he's Puerto Rican. So she transgender, and they were saying that the Nazis, the like white Aryan race, like as long as they like you,
They've perfected sexual reassignment surgery in prison.
perfected it.
Yeah.
But they were like the easiest people to get along with. They just wouldn't. They were like they were clean.
They're like, look, that didn't exist
Yeah.
in Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Live it-
There's
live
nothing
and
on
let
the
They were
books.
live.
clean.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the books, so we don't know which way to go. So we might as
Right.
well default to smiles.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much the Nazi Party standard.
They have no rule for it.
Yeah.
He said that and he's a gay guy, he'd blow a lot of them, and he said they were polite about it. Where like he said the most impolite.
Yeah. Well, they were
people-
probably all on
They
Winstrol.
said thank you.
No, he said extremely polite
Yeah,
guys. He
yeah.
said that
Charmed.
Yeah, he was like other groups would treat him disrespectfully, but Jerry said if anytime you blow like a Nazi or like anybody like that they were very nice and very cordial. Which I don't know about the 1940s Nazis, but the new age ones in prison
They've gotten their
supposedly
act
are nice
together.
guys.
They've really gotten their act together.
Supposedly they're nice guys.
Yeah.
So
Good for them.
there's
Good
that,
for
man.
them.
Well, back in the day, all the worst Nazis and worst like World War II was like if you were just a sinister gay, that was
Right.
like the best time in history for you. All the
Right.
all the top like
They're all gay. Yeah, you ever see like the fat one? I think it was the head of the Luftwaffe.
Goering?
Goering. I mean, he's a big
Hermann
fat. He's a
Goering.
bear.
Well,
Hermann
originally
Goering.
the head of the SA, what was his name?
Go-
No, before the Nazis took power, there was the
Oh,
SA.
that one I don't know.
And he was gay. And initially they're fucking, I don't know. I don't want to go too far into this because then you just start to sound like you're making a point that, well, Nazis were actually gay, but that's not some of
People
them.
have said
the
that a
fancy
lot.
ones.
Yeah.
I know, but
He said Hitler was gay.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
just-
Hitler was, he was on Adderall, he was gay.
Crystal meth, they
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pervitin.
Yeah, he had a fag hag, Ava.
yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous country home in the mountains.
The Eagle's
The
Nest.
Eagle's
The
Nest
Eagle's
is so
Nest.
cool.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes the whole thing kind of worth it, honestly.
Yeah.
When you, well, I mean, you see how
always
he's
gotta
living.
go in that
Dude,
direction.
his
You
limousine,
produce the most Jewish television program,
which gives me
in
license
existence.
to say these things.
This is the Heshi Teschwitz hour.
Yeah, basically. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Heshi Teschwitz is a character that.
Hitler's car, great.
The Beetle? What do you
No,
mean?
not
It's
the
whack.
fucking Beetle. His limousine, with the car that John Lovitz drives in Rat Race.
That is the funniest scene in any movie ever. It literally is the funniest scene in any movie ever. I rewatched Rat Race last year. It held up. It surpassed.
Yeah.
I was peeing my pants.
Never saw it.
Oh, you're not into cinema. Okay,
I've never seen a lot of this stuff.
You gotta watch Rat Race.
All right.
Yeah, no, John Lovitz steals Hitler's
What year was
car.
that? 2000.
He's gay, right? Lovitz?
I think
no,
he's just
he-
Jewish.
Oh.
No, yeah. We're all crypto.
Gay on Staten Island.
Because he's
yeah.
he's like a very conservative, like socially conservative.
No, didn't he
Okay.
have like a 17-year-old girlfriend? Now I'm making.
That doesn't make him not socially conservative. That's more traditional
No, I mean,
than anything.
Yeah.
I was saying heterosexual.
Oh yeah, no. I remember there was Wardell told me Lovitz did the Draft House in Arlington, and it's John Lovitz, and I don't know, like he does stand up, but you know, it's not like you see him around.
Right.
So most people aren't familiar with his act. He did the Draft House, and he came out and he's like, "What's the deal with these fucking trannies they got now?" You know, he was like all upset about transsexuals, and they had to bring him out the back because people were like, "Fuck you, John Lovitz." They
Yeah,
were
because
like,
Arlington's pretty woke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's his name? Sandler's boy.
Rob Schneider.
I saw him open for Sandler, and he had some opinions on the transgender community.
Did
Yeah.
he?
Well, he's
Yeah, a little bit
very
unsavory.
conservative.
Yeah.
In the anti-vax world, because him and Jim Carrey are like two of the only male anti-vax guys that predate the COVID vaccines.
Yeah, they're like LA anti-vax.
Yeah, they were the guys
Yeah.
that were like,
Smoothie guys.
Yeah, they cause autism
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking the MMR vaccines.
I did Opie and Anthony with him,
Yeah.
with Rob Schneider, and this was like 2016. My oldest daughter was only like 1, and he was like talking to me about like not leaving. You know, he's like that he regrets so much, like going on the road and missing his daughter, who's like a singer, Elle King. She's like had a couple of big songs.
She's Nick Rocheford's neighbor in Rhode Island.
Like in the woods somewhere?
Schneider's daughter is a big country musician
Yeah.
that lives around the corner from Rocheford.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he said, you know, he was like, you know, you don't want to miss anything in her life and all that stuff. I was like, yeah. And he said, but the main thing is, do not give your children any vaccines. That is the thing. I was like, all right. It was on the airwaves. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever. I was like, she already had to get vaccines for preschool.
Yeah.
He's like, get him out of her.
Well, now she's
I was
famous and she has to live in the woods.
like, yeah.
That's what not getting vaccines will do
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
You can't even be in contact with human beings.
If you had a kid, would you vaccinate it? And would you circumcise it? I have 2 questions.
Absolutely.
I don't really think about-
Absolutely.
I don't even know.
Vaccine and circumcise.
I don't care about vaccines. I am not having that in my house. This has been a constant debate between me and my girlfriend. And I don't understand why she's getting so entrenched on the no cutting thing. It just means
I would do
she
half.
got her back
I'd do half.
blown out on study abroad in Berlin. Some Danish guy with a fucking like
Viking cock.
she definitely had an experience she'll be on her deathbed thinking about, and it's made some impression. It should be my fucking decision what my son's penis looks like. I don't want some gorgeous fucking Dominican foreskin in my house. I don't
Right.
want that in my house. He's not going to respect me. I'm
Right.
sorry I'm getting upset right now.
I kind of would. I would do.
I'm sorry
I would
I'm
do,
getting
I would do
upset.
half, but with like a swoop, so it's like a sort of like a beret.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of
You know,
dope.
like it's like this kind of look. Or like, what's going on? You know. So then it's all vibes.
You're a German Itralian. You probably are mutilated.
But you're American.
I'm an American. No, I'm mutilated.
I'm American first.
Yeah, I'm American.
what I
I'm
say that
American
all the
first.
time
I'm
by
red, white, and
myself.
blue. I go on
I
stage
love
every night.
this country.
I
So
say how
I'm
proud I
intact,
am.
but my parents had my balls removed because they thought it would make my penis look bigger.
Did it?
Really?
Yeah,
That's
no,
a good
because then
strategy.
it never grew.
You just have like a little.
Yeah, no, I don't have balls either.
It sucks.
But you're in the Vienna Boys Choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand when people get mad about this trans stuff. You should see the way my parents fucked me up. They brought little baby me into that plastic surgeon, and they said, "Let's get wild, dude. We're artists.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun."
He's got his little dick out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I got so upset about the foreskin thing.
It's all right. It's a thing. What about a daughter? Would you circumcise your daughter?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah. The clit thing I think is wrong, but maybe some of they could maybe just even out the lips. They don't have to make them small or big, but the same
Even about.
size.
I get
You
it.
know what I mean?
Pussy lips?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you get one that's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And
But
it's
how do you know what a baby's pussy is going to look like when they're an adult?
by doing surgery when they're born.
Dude, if they can do heart surgery on a baby while the mother's pregnant
Good
with
point.
the baby. They can predict what the pussy lips are going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
This show has gotten so, like, it's an intellectual show now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, yeah.
The Patreon's going to start rising.
Do you think a female genital mutilation is they can't stop doing that in Africa, right?
What do you mean?
Well, look, imagine you
On a-
stop. Imagine you stop socially. You stop cutting off the clitoris of women, right? And then you have to admit, like, yeah, we were wrong about that one. You know what I mean? Like,
What do
you
you
can't
mean?
risk that. You can't.
Okay.
You can't take that L. So you gotta just. There's never going to be a jump off point where it's like, oh, that was in the past. You know what I mean? No one wants to take responsibility. That's why it took the Civil War to end slavery, right?
Well, I was about to
Because-
say, we used to have slaves.
But yeah, but it took a war to end it because nobody wants to be like, there's probably a lot of people in the South that are like, I know this is bad, but I don't want to fucking be the guy to admit it and then
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
be like,
Right.
I'm sorry for
Embarrassing,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you?
So they're going to just continue to do it.
Like, have you ever clog a toilet and
Yeah.
then you just go, it was you. You the other guy did it. You know what I mean?
But the other guy wasn't in the bathroom.
I know, but you find a way to blame it on literally anybody else. There's no way to
I
do
blame
that.
it on my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She caught me doing something that I've done for years. It's one of the most, like, lazy, disgusting things I do is I pee with the seat down, and if I see a little splishy splashy and I'm wearing socks in the house, I'll, like, put my foot on the bowl and wipe it. It's a nasty habit. She caught me
Hold on,
doing it.
I don't understand the physics of what you're describing.
If I get a little splishy splashy on
You
the
somehow
seat,
sit down to pee and still piss.
I don't
outside
sit
of
down
the
to pee,
bowl?
Nick. I don't sit down to pee, no matter what you say to the public.
I thought that's how this started. As I sometimes sit down to pee.
No, I pee with the seat down.
Oh. I thought you said
you
I
pee
seat
on the
I
seat?
seat down to pee.
I seat down.
Yeah.
You know I seat down.
Yeah.
No. And then she caught me. She was like, "What are you doing with your foot on the toilet seat?"
I just removed
And
the
I was like,
seat.
"I saw a little splishy splash."
I just removed the seat from the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom would always say, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seatie.
That's so cute.
So you could do that with your sock.
She's a nice lady, your mom?
She's a nice German lady.
German. Oh.
I met your
Yeah.
mom
She
at
would-
the airport.
You met my mom.
She's
Nick
a
met
nice
my
lady.
mom. Nick met my whole family at the airport
Yeah.
What was her name?
I think it was Anaheim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was coming
Disney.
from doing shows with Mike Gracie, and I was coming from taking my kids to Disney.
Really?
Yeah.
I had it worse.
Your
At
family's
the-
Disney?
We went to Disney last August, but we won't do it again.
That's like
Everybody-
a thing, like a Disney family. Where they, like,
no, everybody in my family, including the children, were like, we hated this.
That's a loser ass family.
Yeah.
It's a family that's into Disney.
Disney World and Land seem like too. Six Flags is perfect.
Yeah,
Six Flags is a perfect size amusement park.
yeah.
you know.
Universal Studios is much better than Disney as well,
Yeah.
but Six Flags is big.
Yeah. Six Flags is good. You get enough time to go on maybe 2 of the big roller coasters
it.
in a day.
I was
lunch.
at Six Flags in New Jersey with my father. I want to say it was 1997. You can Google and find out.
The Yanks, dude.
The
Great
Yanks.
team that year.
Great, yeah.
Great
Yeah, we lost
team.
in the World Series, but we had a good team.
Great
But
team.
anyway, I was online for this ride, the Great American Scream Machine,
Mm-hmm.
and I was literally, I wasn't close, but I was in, let's say, 40 minutes away, actively on the line when a girl fell off it and died. Like her contraption opened.
You got your money's worth that day.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and then my dad, heard it. My dad was like, "So does that mean the ride's closed? We've been waiting for 40 minutes." And I was like,
Yeah.
"What?
Yeah.
I'm terrified to go on." And my dad was like, "We'll go on another one." And my dad was like, I don't want you to be fearful. I know they just died, but you got to get up and get on the next one." And we did.
Yeah.
We got
And
on
then
a
it
ride
turned
called
out-
the Viper.
And
The
you shit
seat
your pants.
unbuckled because her clit actually jammed in there.
Yeah, if she
Oh,
would
so
have
you're
had it
making a
removed.
case.
And there
You're
was
making a
a
case.
Nigerian man operating the ride
Yeah,
who said,
Nigeria. That was.
This is what you get.
he's a,
Yeah.
right, it was Will Smith and concussion.
Yeah, it was the doctor.
I have discovered
He got
a
into
flaw with the roller coaster.
He got into doctoring from being a moil, girl moil in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Damn.
not true. That Jewish rabbis, when they circumcise,
It
the
is
baby,
true.
they
It's
suck
true.
the blood
It's
and
true.
spit
It's
it.
true.
It's not
It's
true.
true. It's not true.
It's not
It's
true.
true.
It's
not
not
true.
true.
Babies were getting herpes in Brooklyn from it.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, they were getting that from hitting
It
pros,
is
dude.
true. It's true, and it was something
Toots.
that I found
Hitting
out
toots.
way before, like, a lot of people. I found this out because there was a story about it. This, like, babies getting.
You found
herpes.
it out on
And
one
I
of
would
your
tell
websites.
people, and they
Right.
would call me an anti-Semite,
Mhm.
and I'd say, no, it's the Hasids. It's a different. They're like.
I had a
It's
family
the
member
Satmars that were doing it.
Yeah.
I had
It's
a-
one sect of Chassid's that were doing
that
it.
were doing that, but it got made. I had a
They're
family member
vampires.
who worked at a hospital in Brooklyn where the Hasidic Jewish community was there, and my
We're in Borough Park.
Wyckoff Heights in Bushwick.
Okay.
And they said that literally, like weekly, a Hasidic Jewish man would come in with rampant STDs, a different one, because they were paying extra money to have sex with toots with no condom.
Yep.
He's like, so, and then, so you think that they are not supposed to obviously be doing that, religious, but they'd all have a million STDs. It's a big thing. And then they're sucking their kids' cocks, giving everybody herpes.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed personally on behalf of all.
What's
of us.
going to happen when the Messiah comes,
Mashiach?
and then he sees what's going on?
Well, a lot of people say Jesus is back already.
Oh, is it? It's not They wouldn't call him Jesus.
No. That's the difference between Christians and Jews.
Mhm.
Because Christians think Jesus is the Messiah.
Right.
And
yeah,
what
I
do Jews
understand
think?
that. They're waiting
Jews
still.
think we're still waiting.
Then the Hasids, they have one of the Hasid groups. They have a
The
guy.
Lubavitch think that
Yeah.
it's this guy Menachem Schneerson.
He's alive
Yeah.
right now.
No, he
who they
died in
think-
91, 92.
He died. No, he died later than that. In the 90s, though, he was a great man.
What did he die of?
He was nailed to a cross.
Venereal disease.
They crucified him.
They crucified
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be sick.
He was. Those are the guys that live in Crown Heights. The
Yeah.
Lubavitch.
The CHJs.
Yeah. Let's remember that Yankees team. Bernie Williams.
Yeah.
Paul O'Neill.
Scott Brocious.
Scott Brocious.
You
Was
know,
Posada on the team yet or no?
I think Posada, Mariano Rivera, John Wetland.
Mo, dude. Enter Sandman.
That's their son.
John Wetland with the sweaty hat.
With the sweaty hat.
Remember the
Disgusting
sweaty hat?
Jimmy Key was a great pitcher.
Who else was on that pitching staff?
Jim Abbott. Well, that's 96 with one arm.
That was amazing.
Guy fucking
Why don't
struck
we
his
have
bail with
shit
one
like
arm.
that anymore?
We should have more athletes. Yeah, we don't have any more athletes with one arm.
People forget about Jim Abbott.
You knew who I think ruined it?
Do you remember how he'd have
Oscar
the
Pistorius.
Yeah, with his bionic legs.
Which was cheating.
South African legend?
Which was cheating.
In prison right now, actively.
For murdering his
He got set
girlfriend.
up.
You
He didn't get
believe?
set up.
You don't think he killed her?
No, he.
No, he thought somebody was coming for his arms, and he fucking shot.
Which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would too.
Yeah, and his girlfriend is coming back from the bathroom.
No, he wanted the arms removed. Actually,
Did he?
yeah, he wanted 4 blades
Yeah.
Yeah.
To what? Scoop ice cream with?
to do like a gallop kind
Oh,
of thing.
That would
yeah.
be cool, like one of those Boston Dynamics
So
robots.
sick. Yeah, like
Elon Musk is tweeting him out.
Those robot dogs. It's wild that they think that that's going to be well received.
yeah, people hate those.
Yeah, of
They
course.
say, I mean, it's a slip. I mean, every smart person, every top person is saying this is the slipperiest of all slopes ever.
Who are your top people?
Top smart people.
Yeah. Who are your goats? Louis.
Louis. I guess Elon Musk.
You're a Musk guy.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
Don't.
Who else? I guess that's it. That's really.
those are your 3.
If you ask people on Staten Island who the smartest people in the world are, we would say
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil
Elon
deGrasse Tyson.
On Staten Island, they'd
Elon
say
Musk.
that.
People think Stephen Hawking's still alive, and now everybody would say Ron DeSantis. That's what
they like
everybody
him.
would say.
They like him.
Because he went to MIT, which I'm not saying people in Staten Island even know what MIT is, but they think that he's the smartest guy.
What about Tony Soprano, Tony Montana?
They like them, but
Yeah.
they like them, but I don't know that it would say as far as just who's smart.
Yeah.
It would be those people.
Did you ever have that poster where it was like, all like the Goodfellas guys, Tony Soprano, Scarface, and they're all
Floyd.
like playing poker and stuff.
Martin Luther King.
Martin
Yep.
Luther King.
Yep.
Martin Luther King, arm in arm.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Tony
Ruth Bader
Soprano and
Ginsburg.
Scarface, Yeah.
I
Pete
never.
Davidson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The Impractical Jokers.
Does Pete think that you're like trying to like claim Staten now? He's like, we all know you're like a, like outsider.
No, I don't think Pete. I don't think Pete thinks that. I think Pete's just drinking smart water.
He drinks.
They
Smart
would think
water.
actually he might be a top guy because he's the spokesperson for Smart Water, so they might think that. But I don't think that he has any issue with me now claiming.
He doesn't
Staten Island.
gatekeep. He doesn't gatekeep.
He doesn't
Staten
gatekeep.
Island.
Neither do the Practical Jokers. Neither does Vinny Guadagnino from the Jersey Shore. None of these Staten Island. Neither does Curtis Sliwa.
What a legend.
Legend, dude. When I saw every time
What
if
a
I see him in
legend.
the street, I mean it's a pound, it's a hug, it's a pick.
We
He's
gotta
kinda got
get.
that
We gotta get
foreskin.
the berets.
Yeah.
That's what he has.
Yeah.
The foreskin.
Yeah. The foreskin
We
beret.
gotta get the berets. I saw in.
They would do the show in a heartbeat.
Oh, the Guardian
Sleewa?
Angels.
Of course, bro.
I would
Out of your
love
mind?
to have Sleep on. You know him? You know?
Yeah. Curtis. Come
Oh,
on.
by the way,
it's Montesani.
I got a text while we were talking about something
From
else.
Matty Haley,
He
1975.
said your boyfriend. He said love all caps him exclamation exclamation. For some reason he thinks I don't think he's funny when I really do.
Well, tell him to come here and fucking prove it.
Yeah.
Is he still in
Tell him I
Mexico?
want to ask him if he wants to get soaked.
Should we FaceTime?
Yeah, the British probably invented soaking before the
Dude,
Mormons.
fix your hair. You're gonna talk to him.
Was my hair fucked?
No, I'm just saying it's you love him so much.
We got to get a way to stream the FaceTime to camera 4.
All podcasts just have
can
a
you
fucking
stream it?
TV.
There's a way, so the switcher has a
He's not gonna
fourth
pick up.
input.
Why not? Dude, he's so nervous. Look at him.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're such a bitch. Dude, he cried at 1975.
Oh, look. Unavail.
Dude, take a screenshot where it says unavailable, and then I send it.
No, let me see if I look good. I love that guy.
I know
Have you hung out with him?
No, never met him. I hung
Really
out with
nice
Ross
guy.
from the 1975. He was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I never.
What's he like? Is he like, I'm also in the band.
I work at the museum.
I'm also in the band.
Rachel.
Yeah.
No, he was cool. I went and saw them at SNL, and I never been to SNL. I never been to the after parties.
Oh
and I
my
was.
god, you look like a fucking smoke in this pic.
Let me see.
Unreal, bro.
Wow. and I thought I was gonna meet him. Could not wait. And then only Ross came to the after party. And Michael Che was there. He was like, dude, I've never seen a band not come to the after party.
Mm-hmm.
Only one member.
That's
Rockstars.
disrespect. That's disrespect.
Rockstars, man. No, I love it. It makes me like him more.
No, he was in trouble from us stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was happening.
It was
then.
our fault. that you
people
didn't
are
meet him.
people are trying to get their the band banned from Japan.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's not
Nick
gonna
made
happen.
a joke about.
Well, fucking
I
nuke
didn't
'em
make
again.
a joke. I didn't. First of all,
Nick
I
said, "Do you
criticized
think-"
Japan for being a racist.
Fascist.
They're fascist.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they are.
You're right.
They're fucking
Anti-fascist
raping
humor.
Nanking.
Yeah.
People want to. Everybody's. White people were
So
not the worst. I'm
now-
not saying
The
I'm
rape
banned-
of Don King.
the rape of Don King, the rape of Nat King Cole. Yeah, their Japs were not. They weren't good back then, and that's what he's referring. You're referring to ancient Japs,
You're
not
talking
US
about
Japs. It's a
Jewish-
different thing.
And the
Jewish
reason,
American
the reason they
princess?
all,
Yes.
Yeah.
the reason they all killed themselves
They're
now
still
is because
bad
they
in
can't do that anymore.
Right.
You know.
And also because I think they identify with their careers too much. Like they are so intertwined with I work as a receptionist, that when that's over for 40 years, they kill themselves. That's a big thing because they don't have any
Yeah.
value if they're not working.
Yeah.
That's a Japanese thing. I agree with what you said, and I fucking you're not gonna get the 1975 out of Japan. I'll make sure that they're in Japan.
Oh my god.
I'll literally make sure. I'll fucking kill all of them.
Last Samurai.
That's it, dude. I'll go and I'll kill every
well, you're a
single
German.
person.
You can maybe
I can broker a deal with
maybe
them.
talk to a couple guys.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
broker a deal with them.
Do
Whatever
you
it
think
is,
they're
guys.
like still cool as Germany?
Japan?
Yeah. You think
Undercover, yeah.
they're like exes? They don't talk anymore.
Listen, bro. I think that they don't forget. Do we forget?
What if you found out you had like 1%? You did 23andMe, 1% Japanese. You were all Axis. You had Italian, German, Japanese.
I would feel great. I'd put on a Hugo Boss suit, do some meth, fucking
You
go
You
vegetarian.
lawsuit and the fucking the bonsai sushi chef.
Yeah. I would feel awesome, dude.
It'd be so that I think it would be wrong personally
Right.
after what they did.
Well, we'll see. Finland became NATO yesterday, so we'll see.
Did that happen?
Or today, yeah, officially. We'll see. Are you
Finland?
going to fight if we have to go? Are you going to fight?
Fight where?
In
War.
Ukraine?
Yeah, will you go
What
fight?
war?
No, I'm fighting for Russia against Ukraine.
Oh, you're pro Rush.
Oh, you're a mercenary.
Yeah, dude.
I watched the Navalny documentary this weekend.
Did you like it?
There's one part that's sick. It's a prank call. He does like a prank call of the guy who poisoned him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm from the head office. I'm just doing like a report." And he's like, "Maybe we should do this in person." He's like, "No, I don't have enough time." And then he just got this guy like on a prank call to say exactly how he poisoned him. He put the poison in his underwear. It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
But I think Navalny is, I don't know.
Poison underwear.
They poisoned his underpants.
That's funny that that's the stuff the KGB
They,
is coming
well,
up
he
with.
was
Yeah.
on a plane, so they stole
Dude, did
his
you see
luggage.
the amount
and
of
then
pain he was in on that plane? That was pretty
Insane.
terrifying. Like you
Insane.
could just tell. Like it looked like he had like a kidney stone or
He's
something.
got a daughter named Dasha.
Dasha.
Yeah,
Dasha Nadavny.
Navalny.
Navalny.
The rape of Dasha Navalny.
She goes to Stanford. I looked up her Instagram.
The Stanford Cardinal.
Are you really a Russia guy? You like Russia?
No, I just don't.
You just don't give a fuck about Ukraine.
I don't trust any of it. I know that there's a million people that can explain it, and this I don't know what any of you guys are fucking talking about. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea why what's going on, and to me, it's like
To me, that's white on white violence, not my problem.
exactly. If you're walking in getting applause breaks from Congress, it's just all it's fishy to me. I didn't like that at all.
They're just flipping weapons, dude.
That's all
Because
it
they
is,
didn't
baby
have
girl.
Afghanistan anymore.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
And they want that oil money, supposedly.
Oh yeah, Russia has.
They have
oil
Russia or
money.
Ukraine, right? I mean, I think that's what that whole Crimea
There's got to be a new drug in the pipeline.
something.
There's got to be some
Ukraine?
type of drug they can make in Ukraine that the CIA is like, oh, this is going to be way better than heroin.
Well, they make a lot of mail order brides.
Right.
Fine ass girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, at the beginning of the war, there was a run on Ukrainian women in China. They were just like buying. They were like the Chinese men were like just like going crazy. They were like, we can get them all because they're considered the most beautiful women in the world in China.
Ukrainian?
And I mean, they are,
To the Chinese.
but
Okay.
they're also considered.
They're beautiful, but
Yeah.
in the world,
They're considered.
I mean, I
resistant
can't
to
imagine a better
feminism.
Chinese evening than eating a bucket full of live baby rats and then fucking your Ukrainian bride.
yes.
I think
doesn't-
they look
that-
pretty good in Ukraine.
What?
They look pretty good over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you buy if you were a Chinese businessman? If you were a Chinese billionaire?
I wouldn't buy love. I would just find it naturally.
It's crazy that you ever like accidentally end up on Alibaba.com.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Like you try and buy something and you click on that thing and it's a link and then it's like the machine that you buy for a factory that makes the thing you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like you want like a lint roller and then you end up on Alibaba and it's like industrial lint roller maker. We can provide you with 1,000 a month from Guangzhou. But that website looks like such shit and that's like their Amazon.
Yeah.
And that guy's worth so much money.
It's
Yeah.
fun to like buy a bunch of shit and then forget about it, and then it comes like 4.5 months later.
From Alibaba?
Yeah, from Alibaba. It takes forever.
Yeah, I'm going to order a printing press when I get home.
Oh my
Old
god.
school one, like
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, Guggenheim
Gutenberg.
press.
Yeah,
Or
Steve
Gutenberg?
Gutenberg.
It's a Gutenberg press, right?
Gutenberg.
Is that the one they made the Bible on?
Yeah, the Gutenberg Bible.
Oh, okay. All right.
Am I wrong?
No, that sounds right.
Steve Gutenberg.
Police
Gutenberg.
Academy.
It's not Guggenheim. That's a museum.
Have you seen that film?
That one I've seen, but I don't remember any of it.
Oh, it's very good.
What movie?
Police Academy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a big film, I wish I don't have any like hobbies.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
you like
19
history.
Just 1970.
Yeah,
You
but I
like
don't-
Russia.
Yeah, but I kind of lie my way through the facts anyway. I
That's
just
what
kind of make up
history
a
is.
story. I make up a story of what I think happened.
That's
It's
what
his
that's
yeah.
literally
story.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History's just who's the best at storytelling, and then they tell you what happened with a little bit of flair and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever like listen to like America's enemies tell the story about the war that we learned? It's always completely different.
Yeah. First of all, it's not even in English half the time.
Yeah.
You ever hear a Vietnamese guy talk about the Vietnam War?
Yeah. I'm like, what is
I
this
can't
fucking
understand what the
about?
hell
What
he's
the
talking
fuck
about,
is-
yeah.
What the fuck
Yeah.
is this guy talking
Stupid.
about? First of all, put your
You're
clothes
making that
on,
up.
pal.
You're making that up, bro.
You're completely naked wearing flip-flops screaming at me. I don't know how things operate in Vietnam.
You
but
should- you
over
should-
here, we put on shorts at least.
We've talked about it before, but you should see this documentary, The Act of Killing.
What's that about?
It's about like these Indonesian death squads. Basically, the Nazis won there, so they did the Holocaust, and then the Nazis won, and then so they like remember like just like butchering like
Right.
Yeah, they just follow all these guys that were like basically warlords that murdered a bunch of people, and so the documentary's going around, and they're like local celebrities,
Right.
And they're like, yeah, you know, so this is where we loaded them all into this van, and then like hooked the exhaust up to the window, and we gassed 15 people right there on that corner. you
And
know,
before
it's
the
all
war broke out, they all like sold tickets to like movies. Like they were all scalping tickets.
Okay.
And so they all like were watching American films, and so they all like dress like Ginzos. They all like they think they're like John Travolta.
Right.
They're like so they dress like they're in Goodfellas, but they're also like Indonesian like fucking killed thousands of people.
How
And
long ago?
This is like in the 60s. I
Oh,
wanna
when you
say.
have fun.
So anyway, so this American guy goes and he's like, I want to make a film about your great victories. And so he has them reenact like their like death squad like killings, and then there's like a scene, there's like a moment where the guy realizes he's like, I'm going to hell, aren't I?
Yeah, the end final scene,
Yeah.
the guy's like he's like showing them the top of this restaurant where he executed a bunch of people, and then he's like thinking about it for a second, and then he just starts like dry heaving and like almost throwing up because he's like, oh yeah, I murdered all these fucking people.
Well, but why did that revelation happen, like right then and there?
Because
It probably happened like.
well, think about
But he just caught it on
think about
camera.
Yeah,
our
that's what-
country.
yeah.
We did that to the Native Americans, right? And
I
like
guess, you
we don't
fucking
think of
damn-
it as like a great national shame.
Yeah, but we didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You're doing that thing where it's like I now got to pay for something that happened 200 years ago.
Oh my God! Don't.
I'm fathering Puerto Rican kids. What else do you want me to fucking do?
So am I.
I came up with the Cleveland Steamers.
Exactly.
I'm
dude.
helping.
That was a
that
great
community.
idea.
That was-
a great idea.
It's a joke that's probably been made 10 billion times.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
AJ Soprano when he's dating the Puerto Rican girl? He goes to the Puerto Rican Day Parade and he's got all the flags and stuff. Do you remember that
Yeah,
episode?
they're my kids.
That's so
I'm
cool.
holding
You
them
go to
all
the
up.
When
parade?
do you go to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I went one time last year, but we didn't go to like my girlfriend's family's village. I fucking went to the Ritz-Carlton in Dorado. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm not going to
Oh.
I'm not going there.
Yeah.
She's like, but that's my heritage.
I was
I'm like,
going to ask, did you
I'm not
go
going.
did you go to the jungle, I guess?
No.
Really?
Like,
You didn't
no.
go to the village.
No, dude. I fucking went in the pool with my shirt on.
See, I would go right to the jungle. I would meet Baloo and see his plane. And
Yeah, no.
Yeah, hang
no,
out with
dude.
Fred,
I
yeah.
didn't step foot into that village.
I would love it if my girlfriend was a villager.
San Juan's great. It's such a nice vacation to go to San Juan.
San Juan is nice.
Yeah.
We landed in San Juan, and then we got right in a van and went to the resort.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't really. I didn't really go to Puerto Rico. I went
You
to
went
American
to a hotel
property.
beach.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
a hotel. Like everything's propped up, but they were like, "Look at the village." But then a mile behind the Ritz-Carlton was like, Indonesian killings. Probably it was very bad. But I don't. Yeah, so I went to Puerto Rico, but
Yeah, I was in Puerto Rico before me and Lewis were friends, and before there was like a 6-month period before me and Lewis were actually friends, where I would just like. Or like
Make
mock
fun
him
of
on
him,
social
yeah.
media, or like
Right.
fucking
The
like, jump into his
rattlesnake.
periscopes and like give him a hard time or whatever.
just for no reason.
For no reason, he would get really mad. Yeah, I was going around calling myself the Puerto Rican rattlesnake.
Yeah,
I was,
yeah,
like, taking
smart.
his
He
name.
did not like that.
No, yeah.
He took
But-
that serious.
Yeah, no, I went to Puerto Rico and there was somebody had a license plate that was just because everybody speaks Spanish.
Right.
So nobody like it was just the issued license plate from
Right.
the DMV that was gay 182. And I was like, oh, I found Lewis's car.
Right.
And I like tagged him in it, and he was like, do you want to fucking die? He sent that to me. He's like, bro, do you want to fucking die?
You want to die?
But now you guys are friends.
We had one night where we just did cocaine and then
Hung out.
Yeah.
I never did that either yet.
You never
Oh.
did coke?
No.
but you did
You're too
steroids.
old.
It's the same thing.
That's the thing is like, but I want to start doing some of that stuff, like the mushrooms, the ayahuasca. I just.
It's not the same as coke.
You think I have to do coke?
No, coke is stupid.
You've done it.
I'd say acid. If you haven't done it, you should do it at least once.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Not a lot, but I've done it, and
Is it
I think
true-
it's great,
There's-
and it's a great deal. It's like fucking $8.
I think the only good drugs are like hard drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the hard? You've done them all?
I've done a decent amount
Heroin?
of drugs. Yes, I've done heroin.
Injected.
No, never. I
Smoking.
think once you do that, once you inject it, it's like
He was
it's
doing it
lights
at like
out.
middle school. and shit.
Not middle school. I mean, I was like 17. I did, and then when I say I've done it like a handful of times.
Okay, but what was what was it when you did it? When you, I guess, do you smoke it then?
No, you snort it.
So then
Yeah.
what happens to like what did you feel? What was it?
You just get like, I don't know, I'm trying to think. What's like the like you know when you go to like a sauna or something,
Yeah.
or like a hot tub. You know if you're just really relaxed, everything. There's like no stress.
Okay.
You're just sort of heavy, and you feel
That's what you
good.
felt.
But that times like 150.
Okay.
It's like you're like melting.
But how did you not get addicted to it then? They say everybody does. How did you not?
Well, I mean, for, like lack of access. I mean, as like a teenager, and like, oh, if it was around, like friends had some, it's like I'll try it out. But and then I guess I've done pills, but never. If I had access to opiates the way like you can just go to the store and buy alcohol,
Right.
then absolutely. I mean, I feel like a lot more people would be addicted.
Right.
But Brace told me that once you're addicted, you're just doing it to not get sick. You're not even getting high, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you just need to like get right. But it's
Yeah.
not like you're not feeling like you do if you're like just do it
Yeah.
like that.
Blows sucks, but after the second year of the pandemic, it was just fucking everywhere. So
Well,
we
there
were
was
doing,
just
we were doing
nothing going
cocaine
on.
every single day almost.
Because
No,
what else
we
were you
weren't.
doing?
No, we weren't.
We were doing,
What?
yeah, huh?
See, that's the thing. I think I didn't do it.
Coke is just to have 3 more beers.
Yeah.
That's it. Acid is like you. I laugh the whole time I do it. You do it with your buds.
Does anything open up like spiritually, like that stuff?
Genuinely, it's like really corny to say, but genuinely, I leave it with like thinking about things and then kind of taking away like a lesson.
Always, right? And there's no legal dosage of acid that you can overdose on, right? I don't think you can. I don't think they have.
No, but I
or
wouldn't take like
LSD.
5 hits. Like,
yeah, but
I do like a
was
half.
also, it was like invented by the government to do mind control.
Right.
You know, it's
but
not
it,
like,
but it was like they were just throwing pasta at a wall.
yeah, but it worked. Charles Manson,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
that was an MK Ultra guy.
Yeah.
Fucking,
That was that
whoever killed Kennedy was probably,
mind control.
yeah,
Pesci Teschwitz
yeah,
killed Kennedy.
yeah.
Because I'm interested in doing. I went through a lot of my life, I guess, growing up more with more conservative parents, where I was like, you don't do drugs. You can drink all the alcohol you want, but you don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Well, drugs are lame. I mean, it's honestly.
But I want to do them now.
Then
Weed
go for it, but
sucks.
yeah, don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't. I've never had on any kind of hallucinogen, like any kind of like breakthrough
Spiritual thing.
experience. No, mushrooms. Most of the time I've ever done mushrooms, the best I felt is like good for me. I'm not like freaking out or having a bad trip.
I've
But
had
you have
bad
had
trips.
opposite where you have freaked out on mushrooms.
Not
I've
where
had a
it's been
couple
like
bad
really
trips
bad.
on
There's like, it's in and out. So
Right.
like there was one time I did mushrooms with friends, and then for whatever reason I was like, let's watch Super Jail. I made them put on Super Jail. And I don't know if you've seen that show.
Never seen it.
But the animation's, it's like just violent, and it's like, or even watching it not fucked up, it's kind of like
Obviously, that's a stupid idea.
jarring, yes. And then I had to go lay down in another room and then put on the Toontown scene from Roger Rabbit.
That I've seen.
Yeah, come back from it.
No, anytime I've had a bad trip on mushrooms, I just convince myself that everyone hates me. My parents hate me. Everyone.
But
in my
that's
life
true.
hates me. No, it's not true.
Okay.
Actually, it's just paranoia that you have to make right with
You have
yourself.
to use drugs to
You're one of
forget
those
about
guys like you look like.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, this guy, I should not like him, or like you have an unlikable look, but you're.
I was thinking that about you. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's why I was getting to that.
What?
Is I think we both surprise people with our personalities.
Because you have like a sensitivity about you.
Right.
I could tell.
And you're not. I thought you were like a liberal woman,
Homosexual.
and you're not though. You're not at all. You're like the opposite.
But that's true.
No.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow's like that too. If you hang out with Rachel Maddow in person, she's
cool
like
as fuck.
fucking N this, fucking
Yeah, she does that.
CHI
Beer bong. Yeah.
They all
constantly.
are like that.
She finger pops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Randos.
She talks about how much pussy she gets all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
She's always.
Constantly.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Most people are like that.
Yeah.
I believe it all.
No.
But you're a good guy, man.
Yeah, you're a good guy too.
And you're one of the
I know ball. I'm a misogynist.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know ball, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basketball mostly, baseball, football, all balls.
All balls, but not so much football and baseball anymore. But I like going to baseball.
Same.
It's nice to go.
What was the trampoline basketball called again? Slam ball?
Slam ball was
that
sick.
should have gotten bigger.
Yeah.
No, I'm mainly NBA.
You know what started that is rap rock. They came up with rap rock, and then there was this thing where like we got to combine everything. Everything's got to be two things at once.
Mashup culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Your point guard?
Yeah.
What was your game? Distribution? You're a long ball?
No. Shooting threes.
Threes. That's white excellence.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
I would shoot threes. And Jim Boeheim, the legendary coach of
Syracuse.
He told me at this basketball camp, the Eastern Invitational basketball camp, he said, I feel really bad for you. I was like, why? He was like, because you have a Division I jump shot in a Division III kid's body. So you're not going to make it at all.
Were you 6 flat? 6 foot?
Yeah. So you can't play college basketball. I'm small.
Right.
And then a casting director told me like 15 years later that he was like,
your shirt off?
No, he said, he goes, I feel bad for you. He goes, because you have
you ever meet a Moyle before?
Yeah. He told me, he was like, you have leading man face and best friend body, so you're not going to make it. And I was like,
you should have punched him in the fucking
You know what they
face.
told me I was too short for? Fucking Red Dead Redemption 2.
For voice acting?
I did motion, it would have been motion capture.
Yeah.
I went to the audition and they were like, that
Motion
was
capture.
great, but you're probably like too short. I'm like, it's a video game.
Yeah.
Just
too
do
small.
like fucking just scroll me. You know, like
you're small and light but strong. You'd be a good like F1 driver. That's what you'd be good at.
I would be a good video game character.
No.
I could be Mario easily.
You could be
put
Bart.
me. I have the perfect body type for motion capture and put me in the Xbox. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I just want to live in there.
Yeah.
And they told me somehow I'm too short to be.
Do you eat like once a day? Do you not eat that much?
No, I
vegan
eat
now.
pretty frequently. Yeah, I'm vegan, so I'm
Okay, so but that's how you stay
I'm just
thin.
eating shit all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was the decision to go vegan? Didn't come after drugs. That was on your own.
No, it did. That's relatively recent.
He makes massive life decisions.
Me and Racine
at the
were
drop of a hat.
in Chicago, and we had both just felt like shit from eating like shit. And we had one day where Racine was like, "Yeah, you want to go to Sweet Green?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go to Sweet Green." And then I was like, "What if I just did this all the time forever?" And then I had when I started being vegan, I mean, the first couple days was just going to Sweet Green like twice a day.
And that's all you ate.
Yeah, it was like a Subway Jared thing. And then I guess it's like, I mean, there is, I don't know if I've made this argument, it's not an argument publicly, but like, I guess I kind of always like bought the idea that like there's no ethical like argument for eating animals, right? Like factory farming's fucked up. You could say, oh, if you hunt
Especially
your own
like
food or
pigs and
whatever,
cows.
but I'm not doing that. You know,
Right.
There's other people say, oh well, you know, like if you like the soybean farms, they have to like kills all these animals or whatever. It's like, yeah, well, so do the fucking like all the like then your argument's against factory farming, not necessarily eating animals. That's the only point I'm making is that I guess I always bought the argument that it's unethical to do it.
Okay.
But I always thought it was too much of a hassle to not. So it's
Right.
like, okay, I'll do the best I can. And then I started doing it and it was really easy. And so I think it's like the same thing to me. It's literally in my head occupies the same space as like not misgendering trans people, where it takes zero effort and it's like it's probably the better choice. So then I'll do that just because it's like it's easy.
Do you eat cheese?
No, to not misgender trans
No, it's
people.
vegan.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. So like not going up to like and I don't care. I'm not like a trans activist, but I'm not gonna go up to like a trans person and be like,
Are
hey,
you?
hey, fella.
Trans activist?
Yeah.
I don't think you should be an asshole to people.
Right,
It shouldn't
exactly.
hurt their
That's it.
feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
If
It's
they
literally-
want
yeah.
you to do something, just do it. I mean, it's not gonna doesn't have any effect on me.
So the short answer is I do the vegan stuff for ethical reasons, but only because it doesn't require much of me.
Do you feel like when you take shits, they're S-shaped?
No, never.
That's
Yeah.
a
What does
sign
that
of,
mean?
because it's a sign of good, like,
In Chinese
Exactly.
religion,
yes.
your S shits.
It was a
It-
Confucian thing.
Yeah, well, ni hao in Chinese, it means many S shits to you.
What's your like? What are your tics? What are your weirdest like habits? You probably have some strange.
Biting
shit.
my toenails?
You bite your toenails.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Really?
That's like a sort of a vegan flexibility.
Yeah.
That
I
is
can
kind
do
of
that.
like a yoga.
I
Kind
got
of thing.
long feet.
Yeah.
You
suck
I,
your-
Yeah, but
I
they
still-
don't.
I
They
still
don't
will
reach to your head.
No, but
You
I
gotta
can.
have. You got a bunch
Right.
of other joints.
See, he just did it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if my hips are tight. I don't know if I
Tight.
can get up there.
I do that. What else do I do? I take a lot of cough medicine.
Oh, DXS. So you do
robo-
drugs.
you
I
robo
guess in a
trip.
way, I take cough medicine like 5 or 6 times a week.
That's really.
What?
I take my kids' I don't know. I take my kids' like children's Dimetapp.
Wait, well, that just tastes good.
That's why I think I've just
Dimetapp
gotten
tastes
kind of in a
amazing.
way
It's got-
addicted
it's
to
got
it.
But do you,
DXM
wait,
in
you
there,
vibe
right?
out
May-
to it? You take it and you're like,
I don't even
groovy.
know what it does to me. It's
Right.
almost like having a cup of coffee now. Like I just take a teaspoon full of children's Dimetapp.
You should
almost
just do
daily.
regular
That
drug.
stuff is bad for you
Yeah.
because that's in the same class of drugs as like PCP and ketamine.
So then you're right. I am doing drugs.
Yeah, you're getting
DXM?
wet every day.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I do.
I remember I did it once freshman year of
the
college, and my
CBS thinks
dick
my
got
kids-
so small.
Yeah.
And it was like, my dick's never coming back. It's gonna be just tiny for the rest of my life. I
Right.
fucked up my dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was like. And you can't move. You like, you have to walk
you,
along
you
a wall.
walk weird. You feel like you're on the moon.
It's a really stupid way to get high.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I knew a kid that got circumcised at 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking wild, dude.
Was it like a Native American rite of passage thing? He has
No,
to go
he
to
did
the
it for
wilderness.
his girlfriend. For his girlfriend at the time, because she didn't like that he had skin on his cock.
They gotta stop telling us what to do.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. That's it.
Then she dumped him. She dumped him like
Then
a
she
week or
dumped
two
him?
later, and he just had a bandaged dick.
That's crazy. You know about those like tribes in the Amazon that they have like a rite of passage where you have to stick your like a dick in the like a bullet ant,
Yeah,
fucking like a gourd filled with
yeah.
bullet ants.
Or what about the ones where they thought to cure AIDS they would fuck babies?
Yeah.
That was
That's
in
another
South
sick
Africa.
one, dude.
That was in
Dude,
South
again,
Africa.
Yeah.
one of the all-time like dubs of normally a dark horse in society is like the pedophile that convinced people that was the way to get rid of AIDS.
Yeah.
You know, because imagine that play. Imagine you're like a pedophile, and you're like, "This is gonna be a long shot." Because if I say this, they're gonna know I'm a pedophile.
Right.
But if I'm right, if I get them
Yeah.
to do it, that's like it's like Heat. Michael Mann should make a movie about that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck Ferrari. No Enzo Ferrari. The next Michael Mann movie should be about the guy that convinced the pedophile that convinced people to fuck babies.
It's kind of like Freud. Like Freud clearly just wanted to fuck the shit out of his mom, and then he said that all guys want to fuck the shit out of their moms.
Right.
So he just like made his thing normal.
Fucking your mom has got to be. That is more vile than pedophilia.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Italian. You're not Italian. That's
Yeah.
the most German thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
I say, wow, that 23andMe shit is real.
Because the Wops and us fellas, the J boys, we're in love with our mothers.
But to fuck, you want to fuck them?
There was some comic.
Of course, no,
I've
not
quoted
fuck,
before.
but like
Do you know that guy Andrew Short? Do you remember him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Schultz.
No, Andrew Short. He like disappeared. He used to do comedy in New York.
Yeah,
He
Andrew
was-
Short. He was good.
He was. He had
Yeah.
a tweet one time that said Valentine's Day or Mother's Day is just Valentine's Day for Italians.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and that made me chuckle a lot. It's probably one of my favorite tweets I ever saw.
Did you retweet it?
I'm sure I did.
There you
at
go.
The time,
Just
yeah.
got to show love.
Yeah.
I remember getting a Nick Mullen retweet back in the day. Felt like flying. I was like, wow, I got 40 likes. I was like, I feel like a Tila tequila. I feel like an internet
happened to her?
sensation.
She,
Nazi.
Yeah, she
Oh, yeah.
became a Nazi.
some scandal.
Oh damn.
She lost her mind. She had a Bronfman or like some really like old money family. She dated one of the daughters, and then the daughter died suddenly. I just read the Tila Tequila Wikipedia recently, and then I watched the porn.
Real quick, you gotta get out of here.
I gotta take
soon.
my
gotta
kid to
go.
jiu-jitsu.
You got to go to
What
fight.
time is it? Did he FaceTime back?
2:49.
It's-
No, he
yeah.
didn't, dude.
Did he
He's
write back
fake
to
as
the
hell.
to the
But anyways, thanks
screenshot?
for joining us this week on the Adam Friedland Show, everybody.
Salt Lake City this weekend.
Dallas
Friday,
this weekend,
Saturday.
Hyenas, Fort Worth, Friday and Saturday.
And go see Chrissy.
at
San Antonio, April 13th, and then September 23rd, the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden.
Amazing.
Unreal. Thank you so much for
joining
coming.
us.
The man.
Fantastic.
The best guy.
So much
Christopher
fun.
Love you.
Moltisanti.
Moltisanti.
And Dave, are the lights broken?
Do the light thing.